Hey guys, what is up? Happy Thursday. So I have just a couple of announcements and then I'm actually going to answer a question that is outside of the Ask Laurel thread, but it is something that I typically don't do, but because it is such an important question that I want to make sure that everyone understands the entire value bomb strategy. Okay, now I'm going to get into the proper way, and I hate to say proper way, right? Because my way isn't always the right way and it depends. And so I'm going to explain the different ways in order to do the value bomb strategy and which scenarios fit the right situation. Because I always see people that are a little confused why I do things a certain way. And so I'm going to explain that. But first, I just want to make a couple of quick announcements. Make sure that every week you are checking the featured section because this is where I am putting all of the important announcements. Like for those of you guys who are paying attention, our conversions over coffee is actually on this next Monday versus this past Monday because I was out of town. So you want to make sure that you are checking this featured section. I put any type of announcement that you guys need to know of pretty much in the group, right? I want to make sure that everyone just knows, hey, if I go to this one place, I can get everything that Laurel needs me to know, okay? So on Monday, we're having a conversions over coffee, and we are going to be doing an ecosystem deep dive. So it's going to be really, really fun, and we're going to do the ads ecosystem from start to finish. And so this is going to be your opportunity to ask any questions that you may have had. Also, I'm going to drop a hint that if you've been on the fence about joining Lean on Laurel, here's your hint, okay? I am going to be doing some really cool things with students that I typically don't do because I want to test stuff. And, you know, the best way to test things is do it with your private clients, and then they get a little bit of extra time with me. So I'm going to drop that hint right there that if you have not gotten on the wait list for Lean on Laurel, you definitely want to be in the program by August. I'll just say that. And if you are interested, just go to adswithlaurel.com, and this actually walks you through. You can see here you get daily support via Voxer. You can get copy audits, ad manager audits. A lot of people don't realize that I actually have my students' ads managers inside my business manager, and so if they have any problems with their ads, I can just pop into their ads manager and help them change anything. Sometimes I just pop in and you know, change things for them. Really, really cool things, but we actually do a lot of fun stuff, including we have these lounge events like in August, we're actually meeting at my beach house in Biloxi, Mississippi, and we're going to do some really cool stuff. But anyway, that's the Lean on Laurel program. If you have not watched this conversion over cocktails replay, this is the calls that happen. These are the calls that happen every third Thursday of the month, typically. We are introducing a new style of call, and I think a lot of you guys will get a lot of value out of this replay. It is based on engaging the field, meaning students have executed something inside the program, so they tell you what they executed, how they executed it, and what happened after they executed, and it's either just a share, like a win, or we fix what went wrong. And so a really cool framework here of this call, and so I think a lot of you guys could actually get value just by watching the replay. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to go too much into the whole DM thing here, but this video right here, cold to sold in 24 hours using a $5 ad, this training right here, and I pinned it for a reason, okay? Because here's the thing. I saw this question right here inside the Facebook group, and here's the deal. A lot of, and Mahesh right here nailed it. This person right here, not to call him out, but he's missing the point of the value bomb strategy, okay? Now here's the thing. A lot of people do these DM strategies very different. But if you want a great understanding of why I do it the way that I do, watch this video right here, okay? Cold to sold in 24 hours. Because here's the thing. Some people, and this could be his situation, is that they want to give away a lead magnet at scale. That's cool. I see people do that DM strategy, but our DM strategy here isn't meant to give people the value bomb. And I think a lot of people miss that. The point of value bombs here is to plug a hole inside a funnel in order to pull people to the back of the funnel. It's totally cool if you want to just deliver value bombs and get as many people to opt in or whatever. Like, that is not the strategy that we're doing here. And so I just want to be absolutely clear that if you're trying to automate the value bomb process, that is not what we're doing here. That is not the strategy. So I just wanted to make that absolutely clear before getting in here. And if you have not watched this video, like I said, it's pinned in the featured section here inside the Facebook group. Please make sure that you watch it, because a lot of you guys are sitting on a lot of money, and it's because you're not executing the value bomb strategy correctly, okay? But anyway, I'm going to go into the Ask Laurel thread, and we are going to get some questions answered. By the way, make sure you are reading the entire post right here before you post, because here's the deal. A lot of you guys are breaking the rules, and my team, Suzanne and Christina, have they've been told, hey, just delete questions that don't fit the bill. We don't have time to keep going back and forth telling you what rule you broke. Rules are clearly laid out. Don't try to ask multiple questions. Guys, it is one question per member. If you want me to approve your power offer or take a look at it, there's explicit rules here. Deadlines Wednesday around 5 o'clock Central. Sometimes it's a little early because we travel, but one of the little hacks that, most of my successful students do is they set an alarm in their phone for Wednesday at 9 a.m. in the morning, and it just says, hey, have anything to ask Laurel? And if they do, they come to the Ask Laurel thread, and that ensures that they never miss the Ask Laurel thread. And then, of course, I go live on Thursday, no set time. For right now, I'm doing them live here on YouTube because can't stream live through a third party inside the Facebook group. And so I haven't really found a really awesome way to actually do this live inside the Facebook group, but that's cool. You guys still get you guys still get the value, and maybe someone who's not in the program is watching this and getting value too, and so that's cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start going through the Ask Laurel thread. I'm gonna start with all comments, that way I make sure that I don't miss anyone. Let's see, Babe says, I'm going through the launch your power content ads and I got confused in day one. Can you clarify the meat and potatoes to be done in the video? Laura says in her example for the promise of value, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through my $5 ad. I know we need to keep the video short, so my question is, what if it would take longer than 5 minutes? We have a 4-step no arguing blueprint I could cover one of the 4 in 5 minutes. Should I say something like, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to share with you the step 1 from my 4-step? No one cares about this. Remember, it's all about solving problems. Remember, power content top of funnel is built for cold audiences. No one cares about your 4-step no arguing blueprint. But if you said something like, I don't know the context of your offer. We're not sure how to offer, let's see. If you'd like the other 3 steps, let me know and I can send them. No, you're missing the point of the power content strategy. So let's see if we go into here and we pull up the power content ads, right? If you're on day 1, if you watch this video, it actually walks you through how to break up all of your offers inside the video. And then if you go to the template, right, the meat and potatoes is actually this part right here, right? The problem that you solve in this right here. So you should be, this is how you would use the meat and potatoes, right? And so if you're, and I'm just going to make something up because I don't know enough about your offer. The 4-step, I could cover 1. Let's see, you said step 1 but you didn't tell me what the step 1 was. If you would have identified what the step 1 was, I probably could have just quickly put something together here. But we need to focus on problems that we solve. That is the whole. So one of the things that we're going to work on, and I believe Babe and her business partner actually applied for Lean on Laurel. So Babe, if you're listening to this, I'm going to help you guys actually structure this so that you guys can get clear on what problem that you're solving. And then I'll walk you through how to actually break apart this into the power content videos. And so, yeah, so if you're like, if you're confused over how to write copy, breaking down your problems, that's what we do in Lean on Laurel. A lot of people think Lean on Laurel is an ads program. We do ads, but the biggest part of the Lean on Laurel program is actually doing this. And so we're gonna talk about this, and I'll help you guys break that down. But I would need to know what step 1 is so that we can go through that exercise. And that's what I mean by like guys giving me context. Like if she would have told me like, hey, here's the script, I filled this out, but this is the script that you use for day 1. And so if you're having issues, if I would have seen this laid out, I could have easily written something on the spot for her. And so if you guys are having any, trouble with copy or anything like that, just make sure you're giving me enough context. Let's see. Salome says, if your power content is hitting the right KPIs to the same audience, how many months should you run it for? Indefinitely. I've been running some power content ads for like 3 years. Mine has been running since November and is doing amazing. Yeah. If something's doing amazing, guys, don't stop. I would still test other power content videos because it might do more amazing, but I don't touch things that are working for sure. Let's see. Mike says, I'm watching the brick and mortar workshop. For context, I'm watching the part where you talk. I love how, see, he's giving me context. I love this, Mike. For context, I'm watching the part where you talk about how, as a physical location offering a specific service, we don't need to convince them that they need the thing, like a doctor or massage therapist convincing them that they need that service. I'm wondering if that's the case for acupuncture. Do I need to convince them that they need acupuncture and Eastern medicine for an orthopedic or sports medicine condition as opposed to traditional Western medicine like a doctor or physical therapy that our culture is used to? If I do need to convince them, which I think I might, should I go back and watch the first 3 assignments and consider making longer videos over 60 to 90 seconds? Or am I overthinking this and should just start making videos about the gap? I think you should just start making the videos, but I'm gonna hopefully give you some context here that's gonna help you move forward. So I have a Lean on Laurel student, and she owns a chiropractic office. Okay, now the way that they did the gap video, and follow me here, is they don't do like the traditional we're gonna crack your back, right? They actually cater to people who don't like getting their backs cracked, and they use tools instead. And it's actually in the video, she actually explains why using tools is better than getting your back cracked, right? So that was their gap video, and it's super, super effective. And my student tells me that people walk into their clinic just from watching the power content video because they resonated with that, right? And so what we can learn from that example is that there's going to be some people who are absolutely looking for acupuncture. And so you're going to want to make a video on what do you guys do with acupuncture that is different, right? That's the gap, right? What are your competitors doing that your potential clients would say, you know what, I wish this clinic did this instead, right? That's the gap. Now, there's going to be another part of your audience that they are trying traditional Western medicine, and you're going to have to show the gap that acupuncture fills in that. So now you have 2 different types of audiences, but it's going to be the same angle, right? What is the gap that you're filling? What is the gap that you're filling when it comes to people who want acupuncture? And what is the gap that you're filling when it comes to traditional Western medicine, right? So now you have 2 different types of videos. So that's what I would focus on. But yeah, let's go ahead and get those videos up. Let's get some data. And guys, I love brick and mortar. I just love brick and mortar businesses so much. So you guys have such an advantage, right? Because you can spend $5 a day and reach everyone in a city in like 2 days. It's crazy. You don't have to spend as much money. Let's see. Lisa says, I've learned that Meta is limiting the ability to send messages on Facebook unless you are friends and following, have each other's numbers. Is this going to throw a wrench into our value bomb effects? Now, here's the thing. I have seen this asked here, and I want to say someone else asked this as well. I could have sworn someone else asked this too. But here's the thing. I haven't seen anything, and I just did like research. I've Googled it. I went to Facebook. The last update that I saw was that they were limiting the DMs for kids who are underage, like people who weren't friends with them or connected to them, that they couldn't, like if they're a certain age. I have not been able to find anything that was released past January. That was the last DM update that I was able to find. But Lisa, I'm not saying that this isn't true. I just have not been able to find evidence of this other than that they're doing this for people who are underage. But I do know this, that if you're not friends, they're going to show up in the other messenger folder. You know, like they'll either show up in the spam or the message request. And so that's why it's important that when we do comment back on the person who's commenting for a value bomb, that we tell them, hey, I just sent you a DM. Make sure that you check the spam or message request folder because we're not friends. Okay. Now, also, one of the things that I do is anyone that I'm messaging, I am friending them. And yes, it will fill up your friends list pretty fast. You know, I'm teetering on the 5,000, friends right here. But if you regularly clean your list, you're going to constantly be able to have your leads as friends. But also, if you're doing this through the Facebook Business Manager and using the Messenger framework and stuff like that, there are definitely different rules for sending messages and messaging and stuff like that. But I haven't been able to find any evidence that they're limiting the ability to send messages other than those things. So if we are talking about something else, if someone could send me a article like from June or July, saying otherwise, please do that. Like I said, I've Googled, I went to, Social Media Examiner, I've been to all the major social media sites, and I could not find evidence of this actually happening. Let's see. Mike says, hi, when I'm testing 3 book covers, what people like in a carousel, what are cheapest clicks? I don't know. Are you looking for cheap clicks? Are you actually looking for qualified people to give you feedback on the 3 book covers? DM or Facebook forum or Facebook group. Thanks. I would post the 3 book covers to your audience and just say, I would use an engagement campaign and say, hey, which of these 3 book covers do you guys like the best? And you could boost it to your warm traffic. That's the way that I would do it. Let's see. Oh, look, Ginger, this caught my eye. You're signed up for the Phoenix event in October. Hell yeah. By the way, we do have a couple of seats for my Phoenix event. So if you are interested in that, just let me know. Just drop a line below this video right here. And by the way, drop a line below this video right now if you are watching the replay, and just help this video get seen by more people in the Facebook group. Let's see. Ginger says, I'm working on your training section in Joel Erway's Power Offers. I'm running messenger ads to pre-screen where they're at and then directing them to an application if they pre-qualify. I've been seeing a lot of discussion in Facebook groups about new restrictions and limitations from Meta on and when, how many times you can contact someone on Messenger. Oh, this is the other Messenger question. Okay. How will this affect this Messenger ad strategy and the rest of Power content where I tell them to DM me? Thank you. P.S. So yeah, I just answered it up here. I have not seen any evidence of anything new, anything other than, but yeah, like I said, I haven't really seen evidence, but I'm happy if someone sends me an article to review it and then we can adjust the messenger strategy accordingly, but I haven't seen evidence of that yet. Let's see. Ruth says, I currently have about 3,000 people for my 25% power content views, and however, I'm still not getting conversations with my multipliers, even though it's hitting the other KPIs. Could it be that my niche needs longer? I've been at this for a month. Yeah, not even close enough, right? Remember, it takes no like and trust for people to start to respond. Some people are going to have very fast responses with this strategy. Other people, it's going to take a little longer, right? So if you go into the featured section, I do have a video. I believe it is still pinned in here. If not, I need to repin it. That says, if people aren't asking you for your value bomb, let's see. Yeah, if no one's asking for your value bomb, so I actually go into what happens if no one's asking for your value bomb, and so I explain in that video right there. It's just about, you have to think about this. Okay, actually, I've got a great scenario for you guys, okay? So think about this, right? Let's say you were sitting in a coffee shop, right? And a guy that kind of looks like a bum, right? He's got torn jeans, he's got dirt on his face, and he walks into the coffee shop and he hands you the keys to a BMW and says, hey, I'm just giving my car away by the goodness of my heart. Here you go. And he hands you the keys to a BMW. You're kind of like, this is a little sketch. I don't trust you, right? But if I walk into the coffee shop and you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, hey Laurel, like I've been following you forever and I'm in your program, and we sit down and we talk and I tell you, hey, you know what, like you've been an amazing student and I'm about to get a new car anyway. By the way, I don't drive a BMW. I drive a 2013 Honda Civic. And so I hand you the keys to my 2013 Honda Civic and I'm like, you know what, I'm about to get a new car. And, my Honda Civic's worth a couple grand, and you know what? You've been an amazing student. I'm going to just give you my car. I heard, I saw on social media that your daughter is about to go to college and, you guys were looking for a used car, and here you go. Here are the keys. You're not going to question my, why I did that, right? Because you trust me. It's the same way, right? You have to remember that so many people are giving out free information. And so free information is kind of like a dime a dozen. And so even though, right, in the first scenario, that bum walks in and wants to give you a BMW and you're like, right? And so that's kind of how our audience is too. So that's the way that I like to look at it is, we just got to build know, like, and trust. And if you have not watched that video, again, we'll go to, if you go into the featured section and you look for the, it is this one right here. Cold is sold in 24 hours. You're going to see the clarity, certainty, trust framework that I do here. But if you think about the entire process of the ecosystem, that's what we're doing, right? Power content is to provide clarity, right? If you go into the program, power content is to provide clarity, right? The next step is providing certainty. And the two ways to provide certainty is with ongoing content or conversations, right? If you can have a conversation with someone and you can prove to them with their own data that you can help them with something, that's going to provide certainties. And so that's why the conversion multiplier strategy exists. It's because it's to accelerate the certainty process, to accelerate the rate at which we're having conversations. A lot of people think that the conversion multiplier strategy is just to give someone a value bomb. It is not. The point of the value bomb strategy is to intercept a conversation. That is the whole point. And so that's why I always tell people, if you just want to give people the value bomb, then you're missing the entire point of the strategy. The strategy is to provide trust. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Jay says, I have a bottom of the funnel campaign ready, running to get booked calls from previous ads that are currently booking calls. The targeting is set here. Will any of this targeting interfere with the conversion multipliers, power 7, I think you mean the hot 7, or bottom of funnel warm ads? What would you do here? Let's see. Let's take a look at this screenshot. Well, this type of target, let's see. So this is his warm stack. Did a really great job. Ad engagement, 180, warm inbound CTA. Cool. A nice warm stack here. Let me see if I can figure out what you're asking. I have a bottom of funnel campaign, so he's running it to warm to get booked calls from previous ads that are currently booking calls. The targeting is set here. Will any of this targeting interfere with the conversion multipliers? I don't understand what you're asking. I'm so sorry, but will any of this targeting interfere with the conversion multipliers? Maybe you're talking about power content. Like, I'm not sure. I don't have the context in which you're asking me this question. I'm not sure what this is asking. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Stacy says, hey, how are you doing? I'm revamping my 15 pieces of content. Can you take a quick look and let me know if I'm on the right path? It's for a coaching program for busy nurses who want to do a side hustle the smart way. Cash flow. I love that. So this is for nurses. Cool. Let's see. She gave me proof. This is amazing. So wait, what am I? Hey, I'm revamping. Oh, my 15 pieces of content. Okay. Let's see. Pillar 1, the 3 Ds of being the nurse to becoming an entrepreneur mindset, decision into action steps, identify life, the dangers of building your business opportunity while working a job. I like that. Developing your strategy to build your business. And my strategy is not to do everything yourself. Okay. Cash flow concepts, definition of, this all looks good. I don't see anything here that you need help in your business. The best way to actually, for me to look at, literally, look at this. She is Stacy. I'm going to give you props here. Look at her solvable problem. How many conversations can transition into a call? organic video marketing goal. Look at this. She beautifully laid this out. Now, if you're wondering where she got this exercise, if you go into the organic foundations and day 1, defining your solvable problem, I actually explained this exercise, and we've got the worksheets and all of that fun stuff here, but I am super impressed, Miss Stacy. This is good. One of the things that I do when I'm determining by the way, your content looks fine. The way that I look at my students' stuff in Lean on Laurel, and this will probably be helpful for you guys too, because I'm happy to do that. Is making sure that whenever you're doing the content, if you're like, hey, here's the problem and here's the solution and here's my hook, right? It allows me to really have a full understanding of that. But as far as the content, I think it looks good. I would want to know like what the hooks are and all of that fun stuff to determine whether or not it's clear. But just by looking at these content topics, you're good. And by the way, I'm giving you a virtual high five right now, Miss Stacy, because this is exactly what I like to see from students. And so, Stacy, I know you're gonna have a lot of success with this program, because I love that you are just following everything. I freaking love it. Etsy Manuel says, quick question for brick and mortar businesses. This is for a client, a dental clinic. Their prices are above average, but they do fill a gap. They focus on creating natural looking smiles, and any work they do is built to last. No guarantees though. That's not unique. This is not unique. This is what I feel like this is something that every dental clinic would say. This is like a car dealership saying, we're unique because we sell 4 tires and a steering wheel. But we ran power content for over a month and then invisible list. Now it's time for the power offer, but I feel stuck. Can you point me to a training I can use to guide me on creating a power offer and the ads that go with it? Yeah, that's in phase 2. So phase 2 is when you are writing a power offer, right? If you do high ticket offer validation, these are some of the basic power offer scripts. But if you go into the Get Ready protocol, also, what type of offer should you launch? I actually have how to write a basic power offer right here. Let's see. Brett says, let me open up this. One of my teaching points in my framework is all about helping people learn what their predominant mood is and how to change it. I'm not really sure what that means, but I'll keep reading. So they can begin to change their life in less than a month. That's not clear. Who is this for? Let's see. I have a few ideas for my 3 power content videos. My target audience are parents with children still at home. Okay, now we're getting clear. A headline idea for one of my videos is tired of blowing up on your children and then feeling ashamed afterwards. Is that what you're talking about when looking for a specific problem? Yeah, that is perfect. To give you more context, most parents with younger children don't have a lot of time to work on themselves. To have a morning routine, I've created a 1-page worksheet with questions to answer based on psychology and my own. Oh, see, when you said my target audience are parents with children still at home, I thought you meant like grown children still at home. So you might just want to say parents with children still at home. You see how I was a little confused there. But to have a morning routine, I've created a 1-page. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. With questions. Yeah. How many of you guys have dogs at home that do this every time you press record, right? To have a morning routine, I've created a 1-page worksheet with questions to answer based on psychology and my own personal experience. It only takes 5 minutes to improve their mood and ultimately how they show up for their family. Okay. But you definitely need to work on your language up here, because this is not clear. But parents, but here's the thing. When you said this, it was much clearer. So I would start off using this language right here for parents with younger children who don't have time to work on themselves and are constantly blowing up on their kids, right? That's clear. Let's see. Hey, dear, I'm in the burial insurance niche. Yep, you show up every single week, and guess what? I am knowing more and more about your business, and this is another example of a student who shows up every single week and brings me stuff. I freaking love it, guys. I'm in the burial insurance niche. When creating conversion multipliers, should I use one script for the 3 conversion multiplier templates to find a winner? I usually just use the How It Works template for several value bombs, and it has not been working. Yeah, if it's not working, we need to figure out. And this is one of the things that I would do, just because I know you show up every single week. I'm going to give you a personal assignment, okay? I want you to create a Google Doc And I want you to just fill the Google Doc with 5 to 10 problems that you solve for your clients. And I want you to also put, so the way that I want you to do it, right? So I'm going to do I'll show that. And I think this is going to help a lot of people. So anyone who's listening here can actually do this, okay? So problem number 1, your solution, why it works, okay? So for instance, so by the way, fun fact, my family owned a chain of funeral homes. We actually just sold them. So I know a lot about the burial space. But if we go here, I'm just going to make something up, right? So this is what I want you guys to do. For those of you guys who are having issues giving away value bombs, if you're having issues giving away, just getting people to watch your power content, and then resource to accelerate solving that problem, okay? So let's say the problem is they don't have money for a funeral if a loved one dies, right? I don't know if that's a specific problem that you solve, but your solution, right, is burial insurance. Why it works, if you said something like, it only costs $5 a month and you never have never have to worry about funeral stress again, blah blah blah. Like I said, I'm just making stuff up. The resource to accelerate solving that problem is a quick 3-minute evaluation to see if you qualify, right? I'm just, like I said, making this up. So now you actually have, so this would be power content number 1, and then this would be your value bomb. Then you would take this value bomb and then you would turn it into a conversion multiplier, right? So if you guys need help with content, if I know these things, it's much easier for me to help you guys figure out your content. So hopefully this was helpful. So this is how I do that. Now, the exercise that I'm giving this person is I literally want to see this. Like, I want you to solve like a shit ton of problems. This is an exercise I give my Lean on Laurel students all the time. So I want them to literally fill a Google document, and I want to know these things. And so that's how I help them with content. And so if you guys need help with content, just bring me one problem. Obviously, I do all of these for like my Lean on Laurel students, but if you bring me one a week, I am more than happy to help you with that. But I want to see the problems that you solve. Okay. But anyway, that is your assignment for next week. I want to see a Google Sheet full of problems, your solution, why it works, and a resource. And that will give you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 8 pieces of content and 8 different value bombs. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to close that out. But yeah, that was this week's Ask Laurel thread. By the way, if you need help, please, please, please use the Ask Laurel thread. I'm here every single week helping you guys. And by the way, if you want to come to a live Zoom call, all you need to do is check the featured section and look for this, okay? Conversions over coffee. I will be doing a live demonstration of the ecosystem. And so if you're confused on what phase of the ecosystem, how to execute the ecosystem in your niche, this is the call to be at. Set your calendar, set your phone alarm, be at this call. There's no excuses to anyone not being clear on moving forward. We give you plenty of resources through the Ask Laurel thread if you can't come to the calls, but I recommend you put the 2 calls in the calendar. By the way, if you go to adswithlaurel.com, right, /help, this is linked in the onboarding. Students who use way number 1 and way number 2 have success in the program, okay? And as always, if you go, you can find all of the replays from the Ask Laurel thread on my YouTube channel. But anyway, you guys have an amazing week. I will see you guys on Monday.